A judge rules that Trump can't block users on Twitter. Okay. A federal district court judge on Wednesday ruled that President Trump can't block people from viewing his Twitter feed over their political views. Judge Naomi Reese Buchwald of the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York said President Trump's Twitter account is a public forum and blocking people who reply to his tweets with differing opinion constitutes viewpoint discrimination, which violates the First Amendment. The court's ruling is a major win for the Knight Foundation, which brought the lawsuit on behalf of 7 people who were blocked from the real Donald Trump account because of opinions they expressed in replied tweets. Buchwald, who was appointed by President Clinton, rejected Trump's argument that the First Amendment does not apply in this case and that the president's personal First Amendment interests supersede those of plaintiffs. No First Amendment harm arises when a government's challenged conduct is simply to ignore the speaker. As the Supreme Court has affirmed that it is free to do, stated otherwise, a person's right to speak is not infringed when government simply ignores that person. So, here's what I'll say about this. I'm for it, but I think it should apply to all future presidents too. In fact, I'll go a step further. I think it should apply to anybody that's a politician. I think if you're a politician and you're doing something that affects policy in people's lives, yeah, that should be something that goes along with that, where you have to be exempt from certain things, such as the ability to block people on Twitter. And while you're in office, you cannot block anyone from Twitter if you are going to use it as a communication tool. Otherwise, your alternative is don't have a Twitter account or have a separate personal account. That's fine if you have a separate personal account. But if you're the president and you have a presidential Twitter account, yeah, you shouldn't be able to block people. I'm actually for that. I know there's some slippery slopes that we could get into floating around there, but I'm for it. If you're a public official, you should be totally transparent via social media while in office. Abso-freaking-lutely. Afterwards, if you want to make a personal account and have more privacy and block people if you feel like you need to, have at it. That's fine. But while you're in office, yeah, I think you shouldn't be able to block people on Twitter. I think that should be outlawed. I really do. Because you create policy or are involved with policy that affect people's lives. And that needs to be transparent. And that means you're going to get some feedback you don't like. But so be it. So, yeah, I'm for it, but I think it needs to. It shouldn't be unique to Trump. It should apply to all elected officials. What do you guys think? Technically, it is his personal account. The POTUS is the official account. Don't care. I don't care. He's the president. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's a city council member or something like that, and they have an official account for their city council business, and then they have a personal account that's separate, that's fine. And on their personal account, they can do whatever the hell they want, but on their official account for duties, they can't. But yeah, Donald Trump uses his personal account and the POTUS account. He uses his personal account more, and he uses it for presidential business. He uses it to tweet about things that affect all of our lives. So yeah, he doesn't get to block people. I don't care. And yeah, I think it's a case-by-case situation, I would say. And in his case, yeah, well, he's in office. He doesn't get to block people on Twitter. I don't personally go on his Twitter often, but I see his tweets all the time because people retweet them, people troll him, and he uses that real Donald Trump for presidential duties or whatever. So yeah, he shouldn't get to block people. I agree with that. But I think that that should apply for all public officials. All public officials. Not just Trump, all public officials. And again, it's a case-by-case basis. If you're going to use that, quote, personal account for political business, for policy information, then guess what? You don't get to block people anymore. It's by your own doing. So, yeah, that's what I think. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone
or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.